Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. It's exciting times because Resonant Rise it's public! Yeah! It's public! It's so cool. We managed to find a home on the AT launcher. Now, some people have asked us why we didn't go with FTB, as we're originally from FTB, and I want to tell you I wanted to, but I couldn't. What we wanted to do, the FTB launcher just doesn't make it possible. And we love those folks. We're still engaged with them. A lot of our folks are, big fans of the FTB launcher, but the truth is we just couldn't make it work. But that's okay. The AT launcher lets us do a legal mod pack, meets all the license requirements. It's actually a really good pack manager, by the way. We can push out all sorts of revisions quickly. It's really fantastic. You got to see it. It's very slick the way it works. So that's fantastic news. The other news is, to celebrate, we had a map reset. Yay, map reset. Which means I'm living in a shame cave again. Hopefully not for too long. I've been playing with some new materials that have been spawning in. Got a little bit of an indoor garden. I was just recording my Dwarf Fortress thing earlier, and I was kind of inspired to do this little indoor garden thing. Yeah. So, I'm excited because I'm getting ready for a big build and taking the things I've been learning recently about making better, fancier builds and the things I found in the server. Specifically, I found portal spawners. I actually have two, the other one's in the other chest. I'm going to start working on my actual base and not this little shame cave. So let's just go ahead and put this down. So I will have a link to where you can go and get the, let's say yes, I think this one? Let's just say that. It'll be good. We'll have a link and we can go ahead and do all sorts of fun stuff. You can come and join me on the AT Launcher forums for Resonant Rise or the G Plus group, which I've linked to. I'll update everything to have all those links. It's fantastic, folks. I can't tell you how excited I am. I can't tell you how excited I am that I get to see other people play with the mod pack we've been working so hard on. I really hope that you will share your builds with me and that you will tell me what sort of mods you want to see in the pack and keep engaging with me, because really what Resonant Rise is about, it's different from, I think, every other mod pack. Some other mod packs are about a player's desires. Some other mod packs are about working with the modders. Some other mod packs still are just about sticking it to the man or making something work with an adventure map or making a challenge map, all sorts of goals. Our role is a little different, I think. I think our role is to be the mod pack for the players. Now, what that means is that I want to think first about how players actually want to play Minecraft. And I think that one of the things that lots of players like is they like having new content. And I think that part of the role of Resonant Rise is that it has to constantly deliver new content. I think that's important. I think it's critical even. So that's one of our missions. It also has to deliver balanced content so that advanced players feel okay working with lots of different mods and don't feel like they're forced into working with one mod. I think that's great too. But we also need to make concessions for players who are not so good. Or I shouldn't say it that way. That's pejorative. What I should say is players who are new to Minecraft, or players who just want to take it easy, or players who want the easy mode, the fun mode, because they've done it all 1,000 times before, and this time they're just going to build the Kremlin. And I think those players have every bit the same, like the same weight in the discussion as any hardcore, ultra hardcore mode, Greg Tech player, Etho from 1.6, all those things, right? So, with that in mind, that's what we're doing with Resonant Rise. And I think it's really, really cool that we get to work on this project and that so many people have actually helped us with this project. Calclavia from Universal Electricity has helped us. We've gotten tons of feedback from similarly his friend Aiden Brady. We've gotten feedback from Neptune Pink a couple times. We've gotten feedback from all sorts of different YouTubers. We've gotten mentions from a bunch of different people. Even talked to Emasher, who we've recently added in his new Engineer's Toolbox mod. It's been great. So I could talk all day about this, but I'm not going to. What I want to do is chase down this waypoint and start working on my new build. I don't know how much time we'll have today because we kind of ended up talking a bunch with you guys, but it's all good. It's all good. We'll have a link. You can download the mod pack and try it. The server's not really accepting invitations, but if you think you have an awesome way to help get lots of users to try Resonant Rise, let me know. People who can help out still get on the test servers, and that's sort of the mission of them. I got to tell you, though, they're still rough. So with that in mind, I will meet you at the test site, and we can go ahead and give things a try. All right, well, as I was heading over, some people asked me to comment on something, and so I thought I'd take just a moment to talk about it. One of the things that's been going on recently is a whole bunch of a kerfuffle about some mods, Feed the Beast mods in particular, like, Darkcraft and Greg Tech. And so we've had some policy changes with respect to those in Resonant Rise. And I thought I'd just take a minute while I'm running over this long, boring walk by myself. I don't even have a dog to talk to. Well, anyway, so on Greg Tech, we're moving it out of the pack. The simple truth is, I can't really trust Greg after what he decided to do. Instead of going to the Feed the Beast folks and asking for a change, or going to MDIO and trying to talk to him, which he lied about for some reason. It's been pretty much been proven that he said he talked to MDIO, but he didn't. Instead, he just started crashing things. Whether you like Greg Tech or not, whether you think Greg Tech is a good mod or not, it's all immaterial. What happened was he was crashing people's clients because he was mad with what someone else was doing, another modder. So he was holding players hostage, and he was doing it in a way that was not, in my opinion, very obvious why he was doing it or how he was doing it. And so I can't I can't include his mod because I can't trust him. And I really don't want to be the one who has to field those bug reports if he gets into another fight with a modder that we happen to have included him with. So increasingly, Greg is going the direction of being a full conversion, or very, very like a mod pack centric thing where he has a special mod pack. And apparently he worked with the Feed the Beast folks for their current Greg Tech mod pack. Like, he told them what mods would work well and which ones wouldn't, which is why some things are there and some things aren't. Which is, fantastic, etc. By the way, what great terrain. We have a really lucky seed. Check that weirdness out. That's just bizarre. So Greg Tech is currently optional. It's frozen at 309, and I will be phasing it out pretty fast. There's just a couple people we're waiting on to get rid of it. Similarly, we will not... Ouch. God, these brambles. Scary. We've moved to setting up... Darkcraft to be optional. It's enabled on this server, although you won't see me using it very much. Some people really love it, some people really hate it. Sort of a personal choice thing. What Darkcraft does, and why people are really mad about it, is that it completely smashes the early game. Right? You don't have to spend much time playing Diggy Hole. You don't really even need to work that hard on tools. You can get pretty much some of the best armor. You can get huge sums of nether stars and fast drops and a whole bunch of stuff. Wow. Gosh, this is weird. Oh, wow, look, a naturally occurring snowman. Huh. That's cool, biomes plenty. And around here is where I'm going to be building, by the way. I decided to pick a nice flat biome for once that doesn't have any horrifying mob spawning in it. Let's see if we can make it across. Hup. No, we can't. I'm terrible at Minecraft. Anyways, so Darkcraft, I like it. I like Blue Dart. I mean, well, I should put it this way. I don't think what Blue Dart is doing is inherently bad. But I do think it's a judgment call. Like, you have to decide if you want it or not, and you should know what you're getting into if you do choose it. So from that perspective, it's important to understand. Oh, wow, look at two-dimensional door dungeons right next to each other. That's cool. That's really cool. Ooh. Huh. Interesting. Just a little cloudy thing there. Anyways, so what a weird biome set. This area is really cool. It's why I wanted to live around here. Anyways, so I think that the right choice for us is to make it optional. People who are playing, they can just enable it with a click. And for server owners, you similarly, when you're building your server, and for Resonant Rise, if you want to run a server, and I heartily encourage you to do so because you will get a ton of players. I have at least 40 people waiting on queue. So yeah, you definitely should go about that. Oh look, a single. Is someone building around here? This is weird. Well, I'm not gonna argue. Yay. Yay. Ah, I'm full up. Right. So a single public Resonant Rise server would be hugely popular. I know it. I have tons of demand. We see people constantly asking for it. So go do it. I encourage it. The AT launcher makes it super easy to make a server instance too. So that's kind of the things that we're doing with those two mods. Darkcraft is optional. Greg Tech is being phased out entirely. Now, this does sort of leave a kind of a hole in the technical side of the mod pack. I mean, I think that actually what we have is pretty robust now. It's a pretty good mod pack. I would love to see some more complicated technical stuff. we will have some. I've been talking with Emasher, who does Gascraft, and he does a really cool new mod called Engineer's Toolbox. And we've added Engineer's Toolbox, and it has a bug in SMP, but it does work in SSP. And he needs to do some balancing work, and we're working on it. But you should check it out because it's really cool. And it actually takes that whole idea of Greg Tech style covers. He did it first, by the way, Emasher. He did it first, and I think he, in a lot of ways, did it better. So you should check it out. It doesn't work in SMP, but we've reported the bug, and Emasher assures me that it'll be fixed soon enough. All right, so this is where I want to live now. As you can see, there's a ton of food over here, just somewhere kind of around here, you know? Just somewhere around here. I love this biome. This is a field biome. And I wanted to actually build some place that just has a lot of open space. That's away from everybody else. You can see my actual home is quite a ways back. And we can set up a little, here we go. You can see I can now, yay, portal back home. No problem. Thank you, by the way, Sace, for giving me a portal gun. It really helps me with this part of things. And we can just hop right through. Boop. All right. Okay. So I think this is going to be a great place to build. We got lots of trees. We've got lots of wheat. We've got a really cool oasis right over here. A little bit of a dangerous biome. Not as dangerous as the last place I decided to live. But at night, it spawns poisonous tiny spiders that love to go out in little packs of 3 or 4 and just totally terrorize the landscape. So I'm sure we'll have some fun being constantly poisoned again. Yes, more poison. I mean, why not, right? I have not endured enough poison. Do these become, I guess... But we're not actually going to build in this cute little oasis, although I just thought I'd come up here and show you the top of it. It looks really cool, right? It looks really cool. Yeah, look at all this. Look at all this. Who wouldn't want to live here? Me, because of the spiders. Oh, excuse me for just a sec. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and get started building here. There's a ton of great stuff around here, but I think this biome in particular will be my home. So obviously the first thing I need to do is secure a little bit of a perimeter here, right? Just a little place we can call home so that we can basically get the stuff moved over. Now my plan is to build a kind of a, well, the theme for this is going to be a dwarf village. So you're going to see kind of the plan I have going. But to start with, what I do need to do is just make a place where I can start to stage things on this side of the portal and get it away from my shame cave. And I don't necessarily want to leave those portals up and about because it'll be a little bit tricky to protect myself. So what we're going to do, I think, is just kind of find a nice spot around here somewhere. Oh, look, there's another dim door. It could be fun. Like maybe right here will be good. Let's just level this out here. Woohoo. And let's cut away some of this stuff. Oh, yay, Darkcraft. Okay, and let's go ahead and open up this. Let's toss these bees in here. Oh, actually, I have some bee boxes. One of the reasons I'm moving away from my original biome is that it's too... see, this is my Meadows Queen, and there's my other one. It's too damp, so don't want that. All right, so we could start here by putting these bee boxes down. Let's say right over here. How about one right here? And one right there. And then we can put down a flower, just to, you know. And let's go ahead and toss these in. Meadows Queen. And of course it's nighttime right as I put them down, but you know, I wouldn't worry about it. And here's the unusual queen for magic bees, which gives another path to common, by the way, which is neat. Definitely neat. Yes, let's grab these other things. And let's go ahead and use this stone to just make a kind of a simple little house, right? Just a simple house. And we'll be able to easily make some more smooth stones soon. But for now, we just need a little enclosure that we can call... Oh, look, forest bees. Excellent. Call our own. I've been looking for forest bees. Right, so this will do. No fancy sky color here. This is some classic Minecraft. In fact, I even found a kind of a original forest biome. If you've seen these, they're really weird. They're like basically done in the style of the original drops of Minecraft, which is cute, but kind of hard to stomach. Like it's super bright and vibrant and just kind of strange. So And let's just toss one right there. Let's go ahead and put this down. And yeah. So let's see. This one goes, I think, with our potato gun. And this one goes to this color, I think. And then we just need to grab our redstone torch. Maybe I need to make it the other color. Oh dear. I seem to have broken my wall. 3, 4, and we'll just use the copper here. Got to use something a little bit more precision for taking these out. Okay, and let's just go ahead and put up some torches. So I'm thinking I'm going to be starting out with some basic mechanism. Last time I did a thermal expansion setup, and this time I'm thinking of doing an IC2 one. So if you have any thoughts on that, if you'd like to see something different, go ahead and let me know. I'd love to hear what your opinion is and what you feel like. Let's see. So this should be maybe this color. And let's go ahead and make it so that it turns off so that we can actually manipulate it. And on you go. All right, there we go. Now we can go back to our actual base and start carting things over. So let's go ahead and start breaking things and moving it over. And I think the first thing we're going to need is some serious access to building materials. Now, there's a couple of different ways that we can approach that problem. We could, of course, start by cutting down a bunch of trees, and I probably will do that. But also, I just need a lot of stone, and I think for this time I'm not going to be using underground biomes rock. We have so many ways to paint rocks that I think the way I'm going to do it is by actually just making a smooth stone factory and then using that. So let me go ahead and get my thoughts in order, and then we'll probably start building the house. Maybe I could use this quarried stone stuff. It definitely is cool, right? It definitely is interesting looking, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, folks, so the first thing we're obviously going to need if we're going to build a little dwarf fortress is we're going to need a bunch of stone. So what I'd like to do is just really quickly make a, they're igneous extruders, they're called? Yeah, and so the whole purpose of this device, if you haven't seen it before, and I bet you have, right? But the whole purpose of this device is just to be able to take lava and make building materials. It turns out that you can make a lot of stone, smooth stone, from one of these little suckers. So we're going to go ahead and make one. I think I have some tin just lying around over here, or up in here perhaps. So let's grab that. And we need a machine frame. For that we need glass. We need more iron. We have a bit more glass, and we need some gold. So let's go ahead and make this with a machine frame. Am I missing something important? I need 4 glass. And I only have 2. No problem, more's cooking up. Right, so I'm open to suggestions. I don't know if this counts as another season. It seems like it happened pretty fast if it does. But I'm open to suggestions on what people would like to see this so-called season. For me to work on. I could definitely delve deeper into universal electricity. I'm hoping that part of what we're going to get to see is a lot of people playing Resonant Rise, and I'm hoping to spotlight their builds. In fact, I have a build I'm probably going to spotlight later on. I'm hoping anyways. Okay, igneous extruder. Ta-da! In addition to, let me go ahead and toss this. This is a gift after I threw away my other one. Right. So before we go too much further, I just want to take a minute to show you this. This is cool, I think. Right, so let me just go ahead and make a little bit of a stair step here. I added a mod called Defense. And what Defense adds is fences. So let's just go ahead and make a little fence here. It looks a little bit better when it's not dead on. I'll show you. We'll start and oof. So this is barbed wire. Barbed wire is a type of fence. It's climbable, but it absolutely destroys whatever tries to climb it. So what we're making here is basically a little bunker. right? That just its sole job is just to sort of keep the spiders out. And look kind of cool in the process. Looks like we're not going to have quite enough of this stuff, and it is pretty expensive for early game. But this will do a nice start at least, right? And we have regular chain link fence, which doesn't damage things, but does at least kind of provide an extra barrier. So we'll go ahead and finish it off with that. In fact, you know what we'll do here? We'll break this piece here so that we're not likely to cut ourselves walking under this. Oh, nope. Like so. And now if I were to walk through this, it would hurt me. I'll show you. I'll hurt myself for you. Right? So you can see this stuff I can climb, and this stuff, ooh, gosh, it stings. Now I have pretty high armor, and you can see that even through this armor, it hurts. Right? I have almost a full armor with some osmium and some bronze that's just about to wear out. I'm probably going to replace it with osmium. So let's go ahead and put this here. The only weak spot is under these fences. You know, we won't have good stuff, but we can even do better than that. And this is, you know, of course, it's important because this is where we're going to be setting up our initial workplace, right? So let's go ahead and grab this igneous extruder, and we'll just toss it right here, maybe just in the corner right there. Yeah, that doesn't really affect the... And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put some, let's see, do we have to right-click it to get some water in there? There we go. Right? So as you can see, we've got a bucket of water. And I think that's fine. I think I even have more buckets back at home. But before I go back home, I did just want to check. Where are my bee houses? Did I lose them? Here we are. Did you guys make any progress? Oh, you did. Look, they're going along. Bee houses, unfortunately, are not the best things, but until we get some seed oil, we're going to need to do it. So the other problem is this door. We obviously want to make a security cordon. And as an advanced dwarfish society, that shouldn't be a problem for us, right? We're going to use some of our high technology. Looks like we're almost done cooking up all this glass. Fantastic. So what I need to do is grab a few more buckets, just a few, and a chest, at least one. We got these, right? And I happen to know where there's a little bit of lava sitting on the surface of the world right over, oh boy, right over here. Pull out simplicity, trust in my high armor. Oh. As you can see, simplicity is not the best weapon, but it's far from the worst. There we go. 2 hit to a zombie with a crit. Sounds good to me. Okay. Go ahead and hit him. Oh. Not even a good enough shot to be a bad shot. I gotta tell you, by the way, that me playing Lethamyr a whole bunch has made me a much better player in this sort of situation. Oof. Although it does help to have super high... Oh boy, super high armor. Oh boy, I have to release that Lethamyr episode. I died. It was I made it way too hard, and I died. And well, you know, bad things happen in super hostile series, but it's ultra hardcore, so I don't really know what to do about it. Anyways, just got to grab some lava here. As you can see, I've already been grabbing a few. Okay, 3 buckets should be enough to start. And we may even set up a portal there so we can rapidly get over there. I see a creeper. I think I don't have a bow on hand, unfortunately. And this is not the best tool for taking out. Ooh. Okay, and one more should do it. I guess not. Oh, that's right. Oh. Jeez. I'm going to munch on some rotten flesh here, even though I got tons of food. Look, civilization holes. Have you missed these? I know I have. Okay. Rotten flesh, 30 seconds of hunger. Got lucky. Excellent. And you can see, by the way, off the distance, the weirdly glowing Darkcraft forest trees. Weird looking things. I don't know if we'll use that. I'm definitely using some of the weaker parts of Darkcraft, but like the clipboard and things like that. But not quite into the higher stuff. Okay, so what we also need is just a chest. Speaking of that clipboard, let's go ahead and use it. And I think I have enough wood here to just make a chest. And this chest is just where we're going to be constantly spitting out our smooth stone. So let's go ahead and hop through this portal and toss this. So what we're doing here, let's go ahead and first put that there so it has a place to output. And we're setting up to make smooth stone. And I think it doesn't take any water, but it does take lava. So let's see here. And does it need power? I don't think it does. It might need power. It says it doesn't. because certainly the it's got lava, it's got water. What's the problem? But do I really got to give it power to do this? That's lame if that's the case. I'm sure there's something silly that I'm not doing. I'll figure this out in just a sec, folks, and I'll get back as soon as we start having it. We just need to have a lot of smooth stone, and I'll show you why I've chosen that building material in just a sec. Okay, so here we go. I realized I had a little bit of a problem here. How are we going to do this? This is actually set to consume water. Oh no, I just messed up. Again, no! Anyways, I just got to put an aqueous accumulator underneath it. Should be fine. Let's go ahead and close this. Oh, huh. I thought I set it up to close. Well, just leave that there. We put the aqueous accumulator underneath and set the intake to be on either side. Well, okay, the output to go on either side. And we can put one of those here and one of those here. So, you know, standard setup, nothing fancy. We could put one here, oh, right there. And this guy, of course, should have an input below. He should actually be getting some water pretty fast. And we'll put this here. You can see he's slowly outputting. Let's speed this up a little bit, because we can't be waiting. We have a dwarven kingdom to found. Okay, so with that done, while I'm waiting for this to cook up, I should keep working, right? I should keep doing stuff. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So now what we just want is a ton of smooth stone. So we'll let that work. It's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be chunk loaded. Yeah, I put this in the beginning of a chunk. So let me show you my general idea. This is based a little bit, I'm going to turn these on so that I can see where the chunks are. I'm thinking of putting it right around here, I think. Yeah, I like this. Not in the same place as my current bunker. Eventually my bunker will probably become like a greenhouse or something. I can fill all this in, level all this out, it'll be great. So my general idea here is that I'd like to make something about almost the size of a chunk bounded within it. We're looking at maybe 9x9 in the base. So if you see my Lethemir series, I did a sort of elevated house, right? And I've been looking at what dwarven architecture looks like to various people throughout in the interpretation of fantasy. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a kind of a raised dome. So most dwarven things I can find, they have a sense of a mountain rising out of the ground. So my plan here is to have a kind of a little mountain coming up out of the ground. So the stair, like there will be no stairs on ground level. It'll all be reinforced stone and glass, right? And you can kind of look through that and go, ooh, that's cool. And then you actually have to go up a little staircase. Now, one of the other reasons I chose stone is because I can kind of paint it arbitrarily, as opposed to having to go hunting for the other things that I want. But there's another reason too, is because I sort of want some flexibility to start working on more interesting things. Now, what that means, maybe if I turn this off, is that I actually want to work on chiseling the rock. That's right. Well, this is my little, I just happen to have a computer lying around. This little guy, when the switch is on, he constantly pulses a timer. Kind of a high-tech solution to a low-tech problem, but, you know, no big deal. Let's go ahead and pull that rock out. I do need to get a little bit more lava for this, but my plan is to make a chisel. Let me just go ahead and make a cheapo one. Where's something we could use? I think I have some cobblestone just right on me. Well, let me go grab some stone. What's cool about the Tinker's Construct chisel, and I don't know if anybody actually uses this thing or not, there's a bunch of cool things that you can do with Tinker's Construct now. Not the least of which is that you can actually go ahead and make, you can chisel rock that's in the world. So you can make like elaborate patterns on the ground, and you can do them in the world, because I'm not a great builder per se. So I do like to have the options. Let's see, do we have any chisel? We don't have any chisel heads. Do we have any patterns left? Maybe some in here. We don't have any patterns for the chisel, so we'll have to make some really quick. Let's make some sticks. Draw these across here. Bring that all up. No, you can't do it, can you? Oh well. And there we go, blank patterns. Let's grab, we need least, let's grab 2. Oops. And with that in mind, chisel. So these chisels are pretty slick too. So we're just gonna make a, we'll make a stone. Yeah, I guess just a fully stone chisel for now. That'll work. Don't need to be too fancy. I do kind of want to try one of these bows out too. So let's see, there's the chisel head. Now where's the, what do we need to actually make a chisel? I haven't made one in quite some time. So let's take a look. Chisel, there we go. We need a tool rod and a chisel. Okay, cool. We can manage that, no problem. Let's go ahead and toss the flint down there. And we actually already have the tool rod pattern, so let's go ahead and grab it. I think we can actually use these. I hope, anyways. I think it's in here, though. What am I doing? Tool rod and chisel head. And then let's go ahead and just toss some rock in there. Oh, wow, we don't even need one. So let's go ahead and grab the stone chisel head and the stone rod. And then we can assemble it right over here. Chisel. Got put in backwards. Come on, game. There we go. Right. So check this out. This is really cool. I think, anyways. Pop through. And now we can go like this. Look at that. And now it's bricks, just in place. And you can see it uses up a little bit of durability, but they're actually pretty dang durable, right? So here we can actually go right through. Oh, look at that. It's getting fancier. And this is pretty slow, but we can actually make it really quite fast if we want. So you see we can go all the way up to here. This is the fancy, and that's the chiseled. And I think we can go, I think that's as far as we can go. So let's go like this. And like this. So between this and the new extra trees wood, I think I can make a pretty compelling looking house. This is slick, right? I mean, look, we just go da-da-da-da. Already we're looking more dwarfy by the second, right? Because it looks like really pro, like you thought about things in advance. And so I think the biggest problem I have with fancy builds is that I can never plan ahead very well. And most of my best builds, they tend to be builds where I kind of got lucky, or I happened to have built something similar before and had some idea of the terrible mistakes I was making. Let's see here. Can't quite get behind those. We can do this from the outside. I think this is super cool. Now, of course, this stone chisel is kind of a shoddy chisel, but we can definitely make it go. So, by the way, note that we're using a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of, as you can see, we're using a tiny amount of lava, but that lava, it's like 500 per bucket, so we have 1,500. Which is plenty, I think. Plenty for our purposes. Da-da-da-da. And I think we can even chisel this. No, it looks like we can't. All right, well, that's fine. I'm addicted to chiseling. I can't, guys, I can't stop chiseling. For the love of God, someone help me. I'm addicted to chiseling. I've never stopped chiseling in my life. ABC, always be chiseling. You think I should cut this part from the video? Nah. I mean, who doesn't like watching chiseling? Chiseling with Kieran Dave. Okay, but there we go. Okay, that's enough chiseling. Oh my God. I want to chisel more though. I want to chisel more. Whoo, chiseling. Anyways, so there was one thing I'd like to do. Is I'd like to solve this bit of a problem here. I need to make sure that people can't come into this. And I'm probably going to build underneath here as we go. Probably build 2 down to not interrupt this. Maybe make a stone floor and sort of make a stage for all my stuff. And when I start building over here, that's going to be great. But I do want to make sure that I have a little place to call my own and to hide. So that means finishing off the barbed wire enclosure here and doing something about this. Now, I could do a door. And that would be cool. But I could use a mod and be cooler. It's just that it's so dang expensive. So let me show you what I had in mind. This is another thing from Defense. It is heinously expensive. To the point where I'm not even sure I can do it without asking for help from someone, because I don't have glowstone yet. But I can get some. I can definitely go to someone else's nether portal and grab some. And let's go ahead and dump some stuff. Anyways, those deflector screens are pretty awesome. So let me go get what I need to craft those deflector screens, and then I'm gonna come back and we will have a conversation about them, because what I need is glowstone and I need some obsidian, and I can get both those things in just a sec. I'll show you. Well, I'll probably just go ask someone for them, because that will be the most expedient way to handle it. I'll be right back, folks. All right, so Poppycox was nice enough to hook me up with the glowstone and obsidian I needed, and I crafted a couple components. They're not cheap components, but they're from Defense and from Engineer's Toolbox. Pretty cool things. So let's go ahead and toss this thing together. We'll only make one of them, and because we get 4 from each craft. Now let me show you these things, because they're really cool, and it's kind of like super futuristic, which is kind of the intent of this build. So I go ahead and I cut a little hole here, and I plonk this sucker down. Now, it makes a little bit of a snapping noise when I do, right? Well, so this is actually a door that for people is quite fine, but for mobs, let me show you. Let me see if I can train a mob over. Hello, monsters. Monster mash. Okay, there we go. Got some monsters coming this way. Hopefully not that creeper, but as you can see, some of these angry zombies that have a nice long aggro range. We're gonna hop through here and just watch as they... See, they can't even get through. And they're actually quite upset about this subject. Hey, guys. Oh, just can't even make it through, huh? Oh, is he going to come through? As you can see, it's quite effective. So this won't be a perfect defense, right? But if I were to take a few more of these stone blocks and make another entrance, it will be a perfect defense. So why don't we do that? Let's just show the world how very serious we are. And make 2 of these in a row. There we go. As you can see, they sort of interact in an interesting way. And so I also went and grabbed a bunch of this barbed wire. So real quick, I'm going to finish off that fence. Okay, and there we go. As you can see, just a little double defensive cordon there. And these just help me climb up, so let me tear these down, these regular fences, which can be useful, you know, especially if you have narrow corridors and little gates you want to set up. But yeah, so this should be a pretty good place to start. So I think that this is probably, yeah, I think this is great. So I probably will start moving my stuff off camera. So let's see, what should we be doing in terms of actually digging here? Playing a little game of diggy hole. Because, look at me. What a loser I am. I don't have a shovel with me, so I'm using my portal gun. And it's actually taking way longer than it normally would. So let's just pretend, you know, for a second. Oh, interesting. Did that just kill my water source block? Oh, it did. What a pain. Seriously, these mechanics have actually changed. So that's not good at all. All right. Well, so I think that we can probably call that a build, right? You know, as a and build. And it actually looks kind of good. I'm kind of excited about this aesthetic, because it'll let me do some stuff I've been wanting to do for a while. And I also have sort of decided that I want to be more of a builder. You know, it's just something I think is important. Look at this. We're just tearing through this stuff. Power free. Just a little bit of lava and boom, away we go. And how I got the obsidian, by the way, was I just put a bunch more lava in and told it to be obsidian. So that's why the numbers are so far off. But yeah. All right, folks. And with that, I think we're probably at the wrapping up point for this episode. People, by the way, asked me what I was doing, why I didn't like produce any episodes last week. Between, you know, pushing Resonant Rise and a couple other things, I was just sort of tired, so I took a little bit of time off. I felt like I have earned a little bit of a rest, you know, so nothing personal or anything. I just was kind of tired. But yeah, so I'll get this area nice and cleaned and tidied up. Hello. You don't need them? Get this area nice and tidied up. Ooh, some pretty gobro down here. We'll probably use this in some of our builds. You know, make enough room so that I can store all of my possessions. Maybe make a shovel to match this hammer, because I don't really want to be sitting around here digging like a chump 1 block at a time, when I could be digging like a king many blocks at a time. I mean, look at this. How do you, even with this force mitt that goes super fast, how do I feel doing this? I feel like a chump. Who wouldn't? Anyways, if you like what you've seen, please feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you'd like to see. I'd love to have comments on my builds, things that I missed, other improvements that we could possibly do, that sort of thing. I also appreciate subscriptions. If you have any questions about the mod pack itself, please feel free to fire them my way. I'll do everything I can to answer your questions. And I hope that we'll be able to do some more awesome stuff on the server with the reset. There's lots of opportunities and lots of new mods. And if you have any other questions about mods that you want to add, mods that you think I missed and I should know, please fire them my way. With that, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for joining me, folks. Please join me next time.